What's going on, guys? Blazing here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and thank you for joining me on another Raid Shadow Legends video. All right, so I want to showcase a team today for the Sand Devils Necropolis. It is going to be 10 turns and an average of either 16 to 18 seconds. It's going to be a speed farming team, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Now, it is going to require specific champions. That is going to be one of the contingencies for this. But if you have these champions, the builds are not that insane. They could be watered down quite a bit. The speeds, though, are going to be locked. But let me show you guys what we're going to be working with. All right, so here's the team. We're going to be working with Double Nuts, Sifi. We're going to be working with Kymar and our Riho Bone Spear. Now, the speeds, again, are not that insane. These champions are specific for this run, right? We can't really, defer too many, or we don't really have any other options, is what I should say, right? Newts coming in with the A3 are going to be key. Sifi putting the boss to sleep right off the bat is pretty much key right here. As for the Riho Bone Spear, we definitely need her in here. She's got 5 debuffs that brings the boss down. Kymar could be replaced by a Yumiko if you have her. But Kymar does work better because he gives you a full cooldown reset. But let's go ahead. Now, the team, again, it is going to be a, 10 turn, 16 to 18 seconds. By the time the first round goes through, he's at 50%. Newt comes back in. I mean, if my Newts were just a little stronger, it'd be a lot faster. But I am currently working on trying to farm out some better gear for him. But here's another one just to show you guys that it's not just a fluke. There's a 100% run. The only reason it would fail is if your Riho does not land the A2, right? If she doesn't land, let's say, the decreased defense, you could be SOL'd. Now, I think you could probably use Lydia for this. I'm not too sure. I think I'm going to do some more testing with it, but I'm pretty sure that you need to have the multiple debuffs on it for her to work, right? But I will try to bring in our Riho Bone Spear, our Lydia, and see if she's going to work for us, right? As soon as I, can make something work, I'll make sure I let you guys know. But let me show you guys the gear and the AI setup. All right, so the AI setup, very simple, very easy. Both of our newts are going to require to use the A3 first, right? That's the only thing we really need him to do. Sifi, we're going to want to make sure that she opens up with her A1, right? It's 100% unresistible. We need it. Now, I have seen some comps out there for stage 25 that have Kymar going first. Kymar is weak affinity, so if you don't land that sleep, the run is failed, right? So you definitely want Sifi going first. Next, you're going to want to make sure that you have her A1 or her A2 prioritized, right? So we want that increased turn meter boost. As for Kymar, we're basically using him for his A3, so just make sure he prioritizes that, and you're good to go. Riho Bone Sphere. We basically care about the A2, right? That's it. We want her, you could do open up with the A2 and then let her do whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's really up to you, right? And that's the AI setup. Let me show you guys the gear. All right, let's talk about our Sifi. So Sifi is currently in a 4-piece stone skin. Is it needed? Absolutely not. It's more about stats over sets, right? This is just the Sifi I use for my arena reset. Now, we do have a double refresh accessory on her. Again, not necessary. What we need to make sure is that we have her at about 275 speed. If you can get it higher than this, pretty solid. If not, it's fine. The lowest I suggest going is 270, right? And you'll see in just a minute why. As for skills, we do have her fully booked. Do you need her fully booked? No. If you don't have her fully booked, that's fine. Blessings wise, we did take Life Harvest. Again, it's just an arena PvP, right? As for the support and defense trees for the masteries, they're really just standard masteries for arena. So we did take Timely Intervention, we did take Lasting Gifts, along with Aura Seal and Cycle of Magic. We did go ahead and take Retribution, along with Cycle of Revenge and Solidarity. All right, so let's talk about our Riho Bone Spear, right? We currently have her in a triple perception set. Do you need it? Absolutely not. We don't need the stone skin or the reaction accessories as either, right? Now, let's talk about stats wise. What do we care for? Well, honestly, all you really care is that she is within 1 to 2 speed of your Siphi. She could even be the same speed as your Siphi, just needs to be before her or after her in rotation, right? So Siphi needs to be ahead of her in rotation. As for, the only other thing we really care for is the accuracy. And we have her built with 562 accuracy, and we're also using Newt's lead, so it works out well for us. Other than that, just focus on trying to get her as tanky as possible for whatever other content you're going to use her for, right? Let's talk about skills wise. Do you need her booked for this? Absolutely not. The A2 does not give you any more of the chances to land any of these debuffs. It just reduces the cooldown of the damage, so you don't really need it. Cruelty is going to be the best one for her, right? Or at least that's what we took because it does work well. If you have Brimstone, it'll work good for you as well too, right? Now let's talk about masteries. Masteries, we did go with support and defense to help us get to that accuracy check. So on the support tree, we did take Evil Eye. We did also take Master Hexer. We did take Evil Eye. We also did take Lord of Steel along with Swarm Smiter and Rapid Response. Rapid Response isn't really needed. That's really up to you if you have it, right? As for Retribution, for the defense tree, we took Retribution. We did take Cycle of Revenge. We did take Solidarity. We did take Shadow Heal, along with Improved Parry and Rejuvenation. And we did take Defiant. Let's talk about Prince Kymar. Now, you do not need your Kymar in a lethal or a perception set. I'm going to make that very clear. The speed, though, is kind of required. He cannot be first in the turn order. He has to be the last one, right? So we do have us again built in a lethal and perception, and that's because we are going to be using him in Fire Knight. Reaction accessories, refresh accessories, counterattack accessories are not needed. Let's talk about stats. What did we do? Well, we actually only care about one thing, and that is his speed. We have him built at 234 speed. Minimum speed you're going to want to go for is going to be 230 for this, right? He's not going to take a turn the first time, but the second time he is going to reset your cooldowns, and he's going to give you a turn meter boost, so you will be fine. As for us, we do have him built with 47k HP, 4k attack, 2.6k defense, 234 speed, 101 crit rate, 244 crit damage, and then we have some accuracy on him at 238, right? Booking situation, for this particular setup, do you need him fully booked? Absolutely not. You're only going to use his A3 one time. That's it. So if you have a third Kymar or a second Kymar just laying around, this is my second Kymar. And if you just have him laying around, then, you should be pretty fine using this setup, right? Just give him the right speed and that's it. You don't even need to have anything else. As for masteries, again, ours is built for our hard mode Fire Knight team. So we did go down and we took Blade Discipline. We did take Keen Strike along with Heart of Glory. We did take Single Out. We did take Life Drinker. We did take Bring It Down. We did also take Methodical along with Kill Streak and War Master. As for the support tree, we took Pinpoint Accuracy. Wow. We did take Charge Focus. We did take Swarm Smiter along with Lord of Steel, Evil Eye, and Master Hexer. Let's bring up our boy Newt, right? Now, we are using double nuts, and he, for both builds, they're basically the same, right? We've got one that's built in our lethal and perception, and we've got one that's built in savage, right? So the builds are basically the same. The only difference is the speed. 3 speed, basically. The closer, the better you have him. You're going to want to try to get him to 250 as possible. So just remember that number, right? As for refresh or reaction accessories or counterattack accessories, not really needed. You don't really want them, right? Now, let's talk about stats-wise. So we're going to go with the slower Newt first, right? And I'm going to show you guys, basically, the fast Newt is just like 3 speed higher. So we have him built at 38k HP, almost 39, 2.2k attack, we don't care about that, 4.3k defense, right? 248 speed for this one. I am trying to get him up to 250 to make it a little, more consistent for my Fire Knight team, to try to get it under the, 2.5 minute mark. We have him at 102 crit rate, 246 crit damage, and 349 accuracy. Now, as for the second new coming in with his stats are, come on, there we go. We have him built at 47k HP, 1.8k defense, 4.4k attack, 251 speed, 104 crit rate, 227 crit damage, and 360 accuracy, right? Pretty close, right? It's not, the builds aren't insane for the newts. Now, booking situation, we do have them fully booked for both of them. Soul Reap is the blessing that we did take. You could take Brimstone if you really wanted to. Masteries wise, both of them are going to be the same. We did go down and we took Giant Slayer. We did take a Kill Streak. We did take Cycle of Violence along with Bring It Down. We did also take Single Out with Life Drinker. We did take Keen Strike along with Heart of Glory. And we did take Deadly Precision. As for the support tree, we did go ahead and take Cycle of Magic. We did take Swarm Smiter along with Charge Focus and Pinpoint Accuracy. So that is it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the run. I know it requires specific champions, but I'm going to start farming this during my CVC. I didn't used to do it before because it was just a little gear intense on some of the other champions. So finally, I rebuilt both of my newts and got them done properly. And, you know, I'm really enjoying the team now. So I'm definitely going to start farming this over Spider for my CVCs. And yeah, as always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.